Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel, Seventh Heaven. Y'all remember that sitcom Seventh Heaven? But anyway, we're the most blessed and highly favored channel on YouTube, the most blessed collective. And today we're gonna have a little history lesson. I'm so grateful for y'all. I always have to say that. Thank you so much. Please comment, like, subscribe, and share. And send your blessings to people we're talking about. We are talking about real people, y'all. And I know some people will say what they have to say, but most of the people we're talking about are pop culture, and we see these names in the newspaper, so we already know who they are. The public exposure is there, so we can get the truth about them spiritually, and we can send the prayers that we need in their direction. Please take note of that, because I don't mean to be insensitive about this stuff. But today we're going to talk about Mary Rogers, born 1821 in Lyme, Connecticut. Beautiful woman, known all over the world by the time she's about, I believe, 19 years old, working at these cigar shops in New York. Her mom was widowed and her dad died on a steamboat, so she goes to work. And her illustration is everywhere, and people come from all over the world, all over America, to come see this beautiful cigar girl who will sell you a smoke and a dream. And she works in the shop of a man named John Anderson, who's born on February 11th, 1812, which makes him a Capricorn in the sidereal astrology system, y'all. And this guy, John Anderson, super rich tobacconist, so he employs Mary. And then we have Edgar Allan Poe, the very famous writer who wrote, among other things, y'all know The Raven, The Telltale Heart, but he wrote The Mystery of Marie Roget, which is the sequel. He did a part 1 on a true crime book, but these books were true crime before true crime was true crime, okay? And they're a fictionalized version of real accounts. Now, Mary goes missing one day, and she's found 3 days later on July 28th, and she's found dead in the Hudson River. Very tragically, this young woman, it was all over the papers about the mystery of the Beautiful Cigar Girl. People said it was a botched abortion. People said it was her fiance that killed her and threw her in the river. People said it was gang violence, all kinds of things. And of course, under suspect is our very own John Anderson, who was Mary's boss. And so John Anderson pays Edgar Allan Poe, whose birthday is January 19th, 1809, which makes him a sidereal Capricorn as well. He pays him more than Poe has ever been paid for any writing he's ever done to do this story. So what does Edgar Allan Poe do? Edgar Allan Poe, we love a three-name hoe. Edgar Allan Poe decides that, okay, I'm going to change it from New York to Paris. And instead of a tobacco shop, I'm going to change it into a perfumery. And instead of the Hudson River, it's going to be the Seine. Or the Seine? Or the Seine. Whatever. French people. So he changes the details of Mary Rogers' death and disappearance. And even though John Anderson had a bit of a reputation for being a bit of a creep on Mary, as one is when they employ one of the most beautiful women in everyone's immediate world. And so he's the guy who turns into the hero in this new story. He basically becomes like this gentle, beautiful perfume shop owner in the fictionalized story, when he was kind of like the rootin' tootin' tobacco shop owner. And it's speculated that when he died, before he died, he was hallucinating and seeing the ghost of Mary, y'all, okay? So all with that, just to beef y'all up on the story there, I just wanted to find out what happened about this, because it's just been coursing in my brain, this story, for a long time. And Mary came to me. She's like my ghost bestie. She spoke so directly to me. I'll tell you guys the story sometime, but she spoke very directly to me when I was in a cemetery, and I've wondered about what happened to her ever since. So we're taking some cards, y'all. And I appreciate the explanation, y'all sitting through that. I'm going to take the timestamps too, but please, spirits, guides, angels, and Mary Rogers, tell us what happened to this beautiful spirit. Jealousy. Y'all, now people have said that, like, one of the common speculations later on was that Mary he came on to Mary and she said no, basically. Other people speculated that she was pregnant with this child and that he got her the abortion that would take her life and then threw her in the river. It's all very ugly, but it's interesting that jealousy came out because that idea of like, if I can't have her, nobody can comes to mind. Which of course puts her fiance in there too, but as far as she's told me, it's him. Very interesting. Very interesting. We have this here. I think she was still... I have the feeling she might have still been alive when she got thrown in the river. And this is a tough one, y'all. I mean, I do this with the utmost respect because she very clearly came to me in a time. I really think it was somebody. I hear strongly he came on to her, and she might have been alive whenever he did what he did to her. Because that idea of like, well, if I can't have you, nobody can, is just coming out very, very strong here, y'all. Very, very strong. Wow. She was missing and boat, and she was found in the river, y'all. Whew. I have chills from that. I think even more than throwing her on the dock, because her dad did die on that steamboat, y'all remember? So more so than like throwing her out there, I think someone might have utilized a boat to put out there. I'm seeing a boat. I'm seeing a boat too. Please, Spirit, can we have a couple? It's missing. I just hear so strongly that this was someone jealous of her. And they hid it. I mean, it's all in there. They hid in what they wrote about her. Could we have one more card, Spirit, please? And we'll move to tarot. They hid it in the book, though. It's so funny because it was all like buried under this book. What happened to her? Come on, Spirit, please. Clear, concise message. I think he might have proposed to her. He might have proposed something to her. And can we get one more, please, actually, Spirit? A proposal of like, leave your fiance for me. And she said no. Yep. These two together too. Travel. That idea of like, run away with me, leave with me. Do something of the effect of just like, leave your fiance for me. And she said no. Even to like leave New York. Now I'm hearing that she wanted to leave New York. What else do we have, Spirit, please, for the beautiful Mary? Please guide us with the most clear, concise message that you have. I'm thinking he might have even drugged her. Either drugged her and forced himself on her, or he's drugging her so that, oh, he might have thrown her in the river drugged. Whoa. Wow. Yeah, I think he might have knocked her out and thrown her in the river in like a drunken rage. Whew, I'm so sorry, Mary. This is terrible. Yeah, I think he drugged her before she went missing. And they hit it with that book, y'all. Whew, what else do we have, Spirit? Please guide us. Send us a clear, concise message. Oh. The devil. And y'all see it's a little machine. Oh. I think that's a cigarette machine. Wow. That's a cigarette machine at a bar. That's crazy. And there's a cigarette in hand. Y'all see that? There's the cigarette in hand there. There's the bar. Wow. And there's like the cigarette machine. So it was him. And I think it happened inside the tobacco shop, but it definitely was him. This is the craziest confirmation I've almost ever got from a reading. And that little devil's smoking. Wow. Can y'all see that? I want to make sure y'all see that loud and clear. That is crazy. And y'all see the way that popped out? I don't know, y'all. That's wild. Shh. I mean, it's all this. It was that tobacco man. And it's like, not that we had any doubt, but I forget that's what the double card is in this deck. Ooh. Let's go to the pulp now. If y'all want me to do a part 2 on this, I can. But I just had to explain to y'all who she was. And honestly, y'all, these readings are about justice. I've had people say, yo, like, don't read on people who haven't asked. But sometimes people can't get their real story out. So this isn't about reading on people who haven't asked. It's about reading for truth. See? And that's Mary right there. Beautiful woman. But the Empress is also a card of fertility. So I think, too, she might have been pregnant. She might have been pregnant. And whenever she refused to marry the dude or admit it was his baby, I think he might have thrown her in that river. Because the Knight of Cups, too, and this is like a really it's like a 3 Musketeers looking ass. Dude. Wow. And I'm hearing the drinking, too. Like he would just get super drunk while she was in that shop and kind of force himself on her. Do we have one more, Spirit? More cigarette stuff, too. With those flames, like the cloaked woman in flames. We have one more, please. Spirits, guides, and angels. Thank you so much for these messages, Mary and Spirit. Let's see what else we have. The rich man in the suit. Again, of course. It's a motif we keep seeing. Yep. And choices. 7 of Cups is all about choices. And I think she just had her pick. Didn't want to choose him. The Magician, too. There's like this weird 3 Musketeers, like magician energy. Like somebody almost told her. Like they made her disappear. Or like they could make, yep, someone said I'll make her disappear. And I think she was pregnant too with this baby. You see the woman carrying the baby and how the man's looming behind her there? Definitely had her baby. Yep, And confirmation too with the sun. Wow, y'all. That's a strong one. But this man killed her in refusal. And because he didn't want to lose his supply. Because she was his supply for everything. I am going to disconnect from the energy there, y'all. I really do love y'all so much. Thank you for allowing me to do these readings. If you pray, please pray for the folks involved always in these readings, because sometimes it gets a little heavy, y'all. But at the end of the day, we're on this journey together. We're on cloud 7 over here, y'all. Give it up for yourselves. I will see y'all in a personal reading. The link is below. And stay safe, stay blessed, stay prayed up, and stay on cloud 7. Bye.